J&J here, the Dollar Bills, back again with a brand new episode.
The holidays might be over, but if you're like a lot of people out there, they have a nice pile of holiday debt that decided to stick around. What might have seemed like a good idea at the time turned into a burden.
Don't worry though, you're definitely not alone. In fact, over 30% of consumers took on debt to cover those extra holiday expenses. And today, we're gonna give you 4 tips that can help you knock it out sooner rather than later.
The first tip is to understand your total debt.
Make a list of all your debts so that you clearly understand how much you owe. The list should include outstanding balances, minimum payments due each month, and the interest rates, or APR, that is charged for each balance. You need to understand what you owe before you can tackle paying it off.
Now that you've got a list of everything you owe, the next tip is to avoid creating new debt. I'm telling you, it's the plague. Don't do it. Trying to pay off existing debt while creating new debt is like walking backwards up an escalator. You ever try walking backwards up an escalator?
I'm sure I did when I was younger. Okay, fine, a few years ago. It was last week, okay? It was last week. Can we keep going? One easy way to avoid picking up any new debt is to use cash for all of your discretionary spending. Plan out what you'll need ahead of time, and once it's gone, it's gone. If you're tempted to reach for credit cards to pay for things, try tucking them away somewhere where you won't have access to them when shopping.
Now that you've figured out how much you owe and are making an effort not to try to add to that, the next tip is to figure out a repayment strategy.
There are several ways to pay down debt, and usually what works for one person might not work for another. The important thing is to choose a strategy that keeps you focused and motivated.
We have 3 that we suggest.
First is to pay the smallest balance first. Here you'll continue making your minimum monthly payments and then use any extra money to tackle the lowest balance until it's completely paid off. Once that's done, you'll move to the next highest balance. You'll repeat this process until everything is paid off.
Another strategy is to start with the highest interest rates first. The same concept applies here. Put all of your extra money toward the account with the highest interest rate while also paying the minimum payments due on your other balances. Once it's paid off, move to the account with the next highest interest rate.
The final strategy we recommend is ABC. A, always B, B, C, consolidating. Always be consolidating. This is simply combining all of your existing debts into one account with one monthly payment. Even better if the consolidated account has a lower interest rate. Once you do that, get yourself a cup of coffee. Coffee's for consolidators.
There are a variety of options when it comes to combining your debt, including loans, low APR credit cards, or even seeking out a debt consolidation service. If your credit score is higher than 720, then you may even qualify for a credit card with a 0% rate on balance transfers. Consolidation might not be a valuable option for everyone, but if possible, it can definitely make things easier.
Be sure to explore any and all options and choose the one that's best for you. Consider reevaluating your budget during this period as well. If you can cut back on a couple categories in your discretionary spending, you can reappropriate those funds to get caught up quicker. Remember, this is only temporary.
Speaking of temporary, our final tip is to use unexpected money wisely. Maybe it's Christmas bonus, your tax refund, or that extra $50 that grandma slipped into your Christmas card. Whatever the circumstance may be, putting this unexpected money towards your debt is a quick and easy way to get ahead. Don't be like this guy and blow it all on snazzy socks.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What I do know is if you commit to these steps, regardless of how much you owe, you'll be back to even in no time. Once you get back to normal though, don't forget the lessons learned. Maybe consider starting a fund so when the holidays roll around next year, you can be on top of things.
So there you have it. If you got any tips, tricks, or stories of your own, as well as any suggestions for things we can improve, don't hesitate to leave us a comment and let us know.
And as always, if you found any of these tips to be valuable, please consider giving us a like or subscribing to the channel as it helps more people find these videos. Until next time, thanks for watching the Dollar Bills. Now let's get this mess cleaned up.